Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be sitting here talking about the 1991 Dodge Ram van B250 with a 5.2 liter 318. In the first video, we explored the outside of the vehicle and some of the inside. And now, since mostly everything has been cleaned out of this vehicle, we're going to be able to give you more exploring on it and show you what else we have did to this thing, just so y'all know and y'all can get a heads up on what we did and how we get it. Alright, as we discussed before, we had a problem with these doors that were completely gutted, they were completely broke, and they were completely missing. This door right here came off of a 1992, but with the V6 318, and it's actually white, but this is the best condition I can get anywhere. And actually, this door here is actually complete. It came with the tinted windows, the mirror, the emblems, and everything inside of it for only $86 at a Pull It junkyard. So let's take a look. So the old door, we had a problem where it would not open at all because I had to cut a big hole here to get access to it because I couldn't get good access from the inside. It was completely jammed. It was completely seized. I've kicked it and everything, and it just wouldn't come undone. And since we already had another door, I wasn't worried about damaging this door, the old door. And eventually, after 30 minutes, I got it open. And so, as you can tell, the old window on the old door was plexiglass. This is actual glass. This mirror is in really good shape, as you can see. There's no holes, there's no cracks, nothing. Beautiful condition. It even has the Ram 250 emblem. I'm taking the one off the old door as well as a collectible thing. And this is what the door looks like. Windows completely tinted. This thing's perfect. No cracks, no nothing. This thing here actually works. I'm not a big fan. I don't know how to work these very well, but there we go. And it opens, as you can tell. The seals are great. I had to grease the actuator up a little bit. All the bolts and everything are there. It does have the speakers and everything in it. The only thing about this door is it has power locks and power windows and everything. And this vehicle here is not have power, doesn't have electric of anything, but this is the only door that we can get that was in best condition. I told her if she ever wanted to have me put speakers in it, I can wire the speakers directly to the radio, because they had this little hose piece here and it had no wires going through it anyway because everything was manual. It had crank windows, no speakers, so everything was just gutted out. So she's happy with it. She doesn't care about the speakers or the windows. She only cares about this thing opening because she doesn't have AC. There's no AC compressor on this vehicle. But I think the door's in really good shape. And so the back door was also replaced because it was jammed up, as you've seen in the last video. It had a big hole here. I had to replace this hinge because the pin was actually loose. And these doors are actually pretty easy to put on. This door is lightweight. This window is actually tinted. This door actually has the Dodge Ram emblem on it, and it actually works really, really good. As you can tell, this window here does open right there. Perfect. It closes. Seals are good on this door. This has got the wood grain. Somebody did some custom work to this thing, but hey, it's complete. It's complete. Yeah, the actuator thing in here works. It does close on this very well. And if y'all were wondering on how to get these hinges off, you have to take off the panel here, if there is one. And you got two holes here. You have to use an extension, and your bolts are in those two holes. And we also had to replace the valve cover gaskets because the valve cover gaskets on both ends was also disintegrated. They were falling apart. They were hard like plastic. And we ended up fixing that problem too. But this is what the 318 looks like. The V8, the 5.2, and these B250s are really easy to work on. So I didn't. Yeah, removing all this stuff is actually was a little difficult for this side because all the wires are on that side. That side was a little easier due to the fact that there was nothing on that side. It took like 5 minutes to swap everything out. And after a while, it was leaking here a little bit. We fixed it because it wasn't tight. So no more leaks. No more. And of course the spark plugs and the wires are all new. This looks like this has been cut through before. It's been replaced. Looks like someone broke the wires and they had to rewire it. And eventually you gotta put this thing back on too. Over the engine so you don't hear all that rattling and all that smoke and so on and so on. And we also had to replace the thermostat in the thermostat gasket because the last owner didn't have a gasket on there very well and it was leaking. I had to buy the sticky gasket, as you can see. Take the hose off, which was a pain in the butt with the pliers that I had. And those are, I think, if I remember correctly, I think those bolts were 13 millimeter. Holding that thermostat on. I had to put gasket maker on the bottom of the housing and stick it onto the gasket. But there's no gasket maker on the engine block itself because it's already sticky and haven't had any problems since. I had to change the serpentine belt and the power steering pump, and it's now quiet. There's no problems with the pulleys or anything like that. But here's a good look at it right now. And this belt over here is a little shaky. I think it's wearing out. And we also had to fix the hood thing because it kept coming off. It was just hanging down there, and she couldn't pull it. Hold it and pull it at the same time. So I put it back up here. And I don't know what's supposed to be here. Whatever was here was disconnected, and I don't know what this vehicle had and what it's missing. But I don't think it's important. She still has no dash lights up here. And I only found that small little fuse box that's underneath the glove compartment. But it says online that this vehicle does have 2 fuse boxes, but where's the one for the engine compartment? Or does it even have one? This is the driver's side of this 5.2. This valve cover on this side was easy. And there's your PVC valve. It wasn't broke, and you can tell it's been leaking for a while. And I finally changed it. I hope this video helps on what we did so far, and we'll be having a part 3 video soon. Y'all have a great day, and y'all enjoy the weekend. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel.